Yes, it's that time of the week again, bitch. It's time for another episode of Old School, New School Comedy Podcast. And I am your trashy, shit-talking host, Christy Miller. And this week in the studio, I have a really good friend of mine. I love her so much. She has a one-woman show out that it's too long for me to recite because I'm a little, and I can't get it right. But she's got a one-woman show. She's written a book. She's also a breast cancer survivor and a badass bitch and super funny. So I want to introduce you to my homegirl, Jenny Saldaña.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so happy you were here. I'm so glad when I called you. I'm like, girl, could you do the podcast? Because I forgot to book the date.
Oh,
because somebody canceled, then I forgot. And I went, oh no.
I'm a great substitute.
You're the real deal, ho. God, I love you to death. Like,
I love you.
She's so funny, you guys. How long you been in the game now?
For over 10 years, I've been doing stand up. I've been doing it since 2012.
Okay,
but I've been acting since elementary school. I've been an actor and a comedic actor since I was a kid.
Aw.
Yeah.
Anything that we might recognize?
My big break was I co-starred with Sacha Baron Cohen in The Dictator. I played Hannah, the girl from Peru. Was from Guatemala. I had
She just came to New York on a bus on the part.
That's what the part was. It was casting. But they cut all my lines in that movie.
Are you serious?
So I have the big credit. Like at the end, it's like
right,
at least a 2-second freeze on my name.
Right.
But they cut all my lines.
Were you in it at all?
Oh no, I'm in it, but I just look like an extra, and I shot for 8 weeks. I was a principal. I mean, my name is like a
They fly her out, film her for 8 weeks. This goes to show how shady Hollywood is.
Yes.
They'll fly you out, give you the whole royal treatment. You're in your lines, you got your parts, you're thinking, oh, I got a killer reel. I'm in a major motion picture.
Oh my!
And you end up on the editing room floor.
Yes, you have people calling you from all over. The people just all of a sudden have your number. They're like, "Oh, hey Jenny, you need to report to wardrobe." I'm like, "Okay." Hey Jenny, like you get all these.
Wait, the car arriving to pick you up.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff, and then boop, cut me all out.
But at least they kept your name in it, though.
Yeah, well, no, I'm in it. I just look like.
But your name.
Oh yeah, they have to because of the contract.
Yeah,
it was the contract. It was. I know.
So shady.
I know, girl.
Assholes.
I know. So that's my big break. But I've done a lot of television. People recently have seen me a lot in on High Maintenance on HBO. I was in the last season or the second to last season, and I have just one episode. But people have seen a lot of comics like, hey, because of course it's about weed. So of course a lot of comics are watching High Maintenance. So yeah,
that's what it's about. Weed.
Yeah, it's about.
How is it high maintenance? Everybody's too high to do any maintenance.
Exactly. It's called
I get it. High maintenance. Like you're maintaining your high.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow because I'm straight edge, so I don't know anything about that life. My drug of choice is the iron.
Yes,
obviously.
I know.
That's my heroin. I hate when people say that. It's so stupid. It's not my heroin. It's my.
Well, yeah, because you're not gonna kill somebody for it. So
I'm not gonna suck anybody's dick for a gym membership.
Yeah,
even though I've been known to do that. What?
But not for the membership, just for the love of dick.
Just for the thought of it. Just for the taste of it. Diet cock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, if you see all the hot gays, there's a gym I go to in Chelsea. It's called Gym U. David Barton started.
Oh, that one.
Brand new. And if you want to feel bad about yourself, ugly, fat, like you're not muscular enough, you're not shredded enough, you're not hot enough, go to this gym. It'll really play on your insecurities. It's amazing. Like the gym in Midtown I go to, I feel pretty cool, pretty buff. Like they call me She-Hulk. And I go there, they don't even call me. They're just like, look at this ugly biscuit. Oh,
where's the fish here?
I like this fag hag over there. Oh, you can't say fag hag anymore.
No, you're not allowed to.
Oh, God, it's a fruit fly.
Yeah, it's a fruit. That one works. That one's okay, though?
Yeah, fruit fly is fine.
So it's okay to be called a fruit, but not a fag?
Don't even ask.
I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know.
It's, they're like, no, you're a fruit fly. And I go, well, what does that mean? They're like, that means you're still pretty enough to get men, but you hang out with gay men. And I said, well, if I'm hanging out with gay men, I'm not getting any man. So there I'm back to fag hag again.
Yeah, I would go.
I've been demoted.
Yeah, I get it.
I love being a fag hag.
I'm so great. I'm very much that.
Yeah.
I'm very much that. I have a lot of gay friends, and that's what they call me.
Yeah.
They call
They-
me dinner bag.
Well, we're old school.
Yeah, I think
These new
we have to
kids-
keep it among ourselves.
Yeah. So I
Keep
talk
it
about.
among ourselves.
So when I do it on stage and talk about like being all that stuff, and I'm like fag, and like, oh, I can't say that. I go, all right, let me just be the politically correct, and all right, you cocksuckers, because it hasn't been banned yet, so I'm going with that one.
No, cocksuckers, yeah, it works.
It works. It's literal,
It is little.
and I'm one too. So
Exactly.
Hot-
So you're not really demoting. You're not really being
kind of,
derogatory.
hello, I'm one of them. You have to be one to say it, okay? We've lived in Hell's Kitchen too. We're neighbors, which is amazing.
We're neighbors.
Or in our neighborhood, we call us Gabers.
Yes, we're Gabers. Now it's Gabers. Remember, I mean, I've been in the neighborhood. I've been in Times Square. I technically live in Times Square. You technically live in Hell's Kitchen, but we're neighbors. And I've been in Times Square since 2000. Look at me. Since 1996, I've been in Times Square. I've seen it change.
Oh, yeah.
I have seen it change from like. Yeah, like I saw all the other tip and plays close. I saw the XXX rated
All the 8th Avenue
all of that.
joints.
All of that. I saw all of that close.
Yep. And I moved there in 2005, but I've been coming here since 99
Yeah.
because I was working with Paul Mooney at Caroline.
Yeah.
So we'd always stay in the neighborhood by Caroline's.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved here in 2005. And it's funny because my roommates lived here since the 80s. So she's really seen it.
Well, no, I've lived. I mean, I grew up in New York, but I haven't lived. I lived downtown,
Right.
in '96. Yeah,
Right.
But
Same
the '80s. Yeah, exactly. Same.
Alphabet City was like,
Oh yeah, Alphabet City was another
the
world.
only thing that was safe was a bullet. And even bullets were scared to go down. But like, yo.
You know, the only place safe that was in the Lower East Side was East 4th Street, where the Hells Angels had their clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
That was the safest street in the neighborhood.
Mhm.
Like nobody messed with them and everything.
Nope.
And then when the neighborhood got gentrified, all these yuppies, new age were taking pictures in front of the Hells Angels thing, so that they actually forced the Hells Angels out.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
You force out the ones that would have your back.
They would have your back, exactly. And now you're complaining, oh, they love
The rents are too high and I'm getting mobbed outside of my apartment. Why is there junkies in my neighborhood?
Well,
Because
you
you live on top of a fucking halfway house, you
Yeah.
asshole.
And they were sitting on their hogs. Like, how disrespectful is that? Like, they were taking like selfish selfies on people's hogs.
What?
Yes.
And they're still alive?
I don't understand. These are the newer, kinder Hells Angels. I mean,
These are kind of like purgatory angels.
yeah,
Turns God's way.
yeah, they're just like, maybe.
Oh my God. I can't.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So stupid.
It is. It really is.
But I love our neighborhood though.
I do. I love it. It's changed a lot, but it's very safe. I've never had a problem.
Me neither.
No.
I beat up somebody once in the neighborhood.
A lot of the panhandlers live in my building, so I'm good.
Work.
So they live in my building, so they just, you're crazy. So they're like, hey, how you doing?
Like, you live here, you must be one of us. Wait, Buckle, you ain't got shit to take.
Exactly.
They're
Exactly.
coming to your house. You need some change, girl. You need some change.
Yes. I have a lovely meth couple that lives 2 doors down from me.
Oh, they're members of the United Crystal Methodist Church.
Yes. And they, Mr. and Mrs. Meth, I call them. And,
Meth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now.
they, like, I can tell that she's completely gone. Like, she's at the point of no return, whereas I can still see the person in him sometimes.
Right. You get a glimpse.
I get a glimpse. And then it's nice. It's, you think like, okay, maybe this guy has redemption. And then, but she's gone. She's gone. And now he told me that she thinks he and I have a thing.
Oh, but meth is a hell of a drug.
I know.
I love that meth thinks that other people want to fuck your meth man. You know?
I know. I don't understand that because my building has like, it's true. My building has it. We have like a little community area where you like leave stuff for somebody else to take if you don't want to throw it out or whatever.
Right.
So I leave a lot of clothes there and things like that. And one time I left a whole bag. It was an H&M bag, full of like costume jewelry, and he took it. And he's according to her, she knew it was from me. From me. Not that he took something that I let out.
That left in the community area.
Yeah,
like, I don't give a fuck who takes it.
said, yeah, I didn't say, hey, Mr. Matt, this is for you.
You know, you should have said to her, no, I gave it to him to give to you, darling.
Well, no, I've heard that happen there too.
Ugh.
I've heard
How many teeth do you have, sweetie?
Yes.
Honey, I have a 2-tooth minimum. I'm sorry, you can't come in this house. Oh, God, I love you. So, what made you want to get into comedy after being an actress all those years? And
Actually, what made me get into comedy is I was hosting a breast cancer fundraiser, and I got diagnosed with breast cancer in 2006. And I was hosting a breast cancer fundraiser.
I love it. You said I was roasting a breast cancer.
I mean hosting, yeah, and I correctified myself.
Roasted?
And I,
No,
yeah,
this is
yes, with a little rosemary, please.
God.
I was hosting this breast cancer event, and I was just hosting it, and somebody came up to me like, we're dying to see you act. I'm like, oh, I don't do stand up. They're like, what was that? I was like, oh, just me telling you stories.
Right.
And I got a couple of calls like that, like people, hey, can you come do 5 minutes? And I'm like, 5 minutes of what? I'm like, I didn't even know what that meant. I'm like, what do you mean 5 minutes of what? Like, your material. I was like, I don't know what that means. And then I just started going to mics and things, and I have a very strange relationship with comedy because I come as an actor. I don't want to say that I'm a hobbyist, but I'm just saying that it's not. I dip it. I jump in and out of
The pool?
the pool, because sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be just acting right now. Like I jumped out of the pool to write the book and to do my one-woman show.
Right.
So now I'm trying to get back in the pool to promote my book and the one-woman show. So that's how I'm doing that. That's how I'm doing comedy.
Oh, well, then there you go. But no, you're very, even though you dip in and out, you're really funny and you have something special up there. Like you have a unique personality. You also have a unique experience because, I don't have any breasts to have breast cancer, so I'm not getting that goodie over there.
But
Oh, honey, this is all smoke and mirrors. Honey, they're so small, the padded bra, I named mine Siegfried and Roy.
you still gotta get them checked, though.
I know. So I take off my bra, they disappear. Ta-da!
Yeah, you gotta get them checked. Even men can get breast cancer, just so you know. Not that you're a man. I'm just saying that no one gets.
Well, Caitlin just got up the evolutionary chart of genderism. She climbed.
Yeah, she just upped her chances of getting breast cancer.
Yeah.
What she did by taking estrogen. So yeah, but so that's how I started, and now I wrote a book called Master First Dater Second to None about all my bad first dates, and that evolved into a one-woman show that is now going to be in the New York Theater Festival at the Latea Theater down in Suffolk in October. And that show is called Desperate Digital Dating Diary, a TT Talk, set up like a TED Talk, but I'm your favorite TT. I'm your favorite auntie. So it's a TT Talk.
That's so cute.
I try.
No, but she has some fun. You have to check out her book because she's told me some stories of her dates, and I'm like, what the
I know.
hilarious.
I just
Sometimes I think you go on these bad dates just for the material.
Well, I think so, because I just started dating again. I just went back on online dating, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just getting more material because all these guys are still just as messed up as they were when I wrote the first book. So
I'm gonna start a dating app called Busted Bitches.
I bet.
And just put all your insecurities, like, just tell us what the fuck you are. Like, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a deadbeat dad. I have 4 babies, mamas. Hit me up. Like, be honest so you know what you're getting into.
How about I started talking to a guy who he asked me about a previous relationship, and he asked me how it ended, what caused the end of it. And I said, well, he was severely depressed. And he says, yeah, that's why I don't fuck with people with issues. I'm like, oh. Oh, yes, girl. He said, oh, fuck. I'm like, so you're perfect?
Yeah, if that's perfect, I don't want it.
Yeah, you're perfect. He's like, no, I'm not perfect, but I got no issues. I'm like, that's the issue.
Honey, he probably has the whole subscription over there.
Yeah, she's got an encyclopedia.
Oh, my God.
He's got a whole encyclopedia.
Lunty.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah.
I don't have any issue. Really?
Really? Yes.
So what are you, just born? Like, you're just this perfect, like, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
He's a fembot. Well, he's a male bot.
He's a dumb bot. It's like,
He's a bot.
can't.
He's
Anyone that says they don't have any issues is the king. They're on a soapbox hiding their receipts.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Seriously, they're standing on that soapbox. It's like, don't pay attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the face on the wall. Don't pay
Yeah.
attention to the man behind the curtain. No, those are your issues behind that curtain.
You're absolutely right.
Seriously, like,
How are you going to tell me that you, and he, sometimes you have a conversation with someone and they tell you everything you need to know about them. But herein lies the rub.
okay.
Okay, because he told me all the red flags are there. Boom, boom, boom. I saw them. They're there. We've never gone out. We haven't met
You could take that. She's whispering that she'll take off her earring.
because I hear it's mass.
You hear it?
I hear it. All the red flags are there, but we're just doing this like whole like, hello, good morning, hello, how you doing, hello. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna let it peter out.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like nothing's gonna come out of it. Like there was one guy who all he did was send me good morning every day for 3 weeks. That's all I got. Good morning. And I would say good morning. And he would say good morning the next day. And then I'd say good morning. And then he'd say good morning. 2 weeks of that. And finally, I just blocked him. I'm like, dude, good afternoon.
Yeah. You should have sent him one. Good night.
Good night. I should have said good night.
That's our show. Good night. Tip your comic and enjoy your waitress.
Yes. You're not here next week.
Yeah. You got the light.
You got the light.
They can't.
No, they're just, oh my God. They're so bad. They're so bad, so bad, so bad, so bad.
So hilarious. But it's all fodder for your material.
It is fodder for my material, and I love it. And how about one guy called me up? He goes, hey, am I in this book? And I don't say a word. And he's like, so am I in this book? And I don't say a word. Finally, he goes, the whole text is him talking to himself. He's like, no, I can't possibly be in that book. That's how arrogant of me to be. We were just a blip. Oh my goodness, I'm so stupid. Oh no. So am I in this book? So finally, I just wrote bye.
Buy it and find out. Read it.
And he did, and he found himself. And then he thought it was a compliment. Oh, I'm so and so. I'm like, you don't realize that I'm making fun of you and that you're an asshole.
They don't care.
They don't
care.
Yeah.
They just want to be acknowledged.
Yeah, he
because bad publicity is still good publicity.
He's really happy that he was in this book and that he has a nickname.
Yeah. See, I don't give men in my past that kind of props because I don't give them that kind of energy because I don't care about them and then I forget about them.
Well, no, I didn't give him a prop. He got a nickname because he was an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, nobody in that book is a superlative, okay? Nobody in that book is
She used a big word, ladies and gentlemen. Superlative. Spell that in the sentence. Superlative. Superlative. Good night.
Lativ.
Oh, I know Lativ. She lived on my block.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lativia all up in the block.
And she's super.
Yeah, superlative.
We're so stupid.
We are dumb. We are dumb. Yeah, none of these guys deserve. That's a hall of fame. That is a hall of shame.
Honey, that's a hall of lame.
Yes, there's a hall of lame.
Girl,
He's
bye.
in there, and he thinks that it's like, oh yeah, I'm so and so. It's like, so you didn't read what I wrote about you, about what an asshole you were and how you.
Oh no, he
perceived
did.
me
But
and how-
he translated it as I'm in a book. That's all he said.
Yeah, that's all.
Some bitch wrote me in a book. I'm in a book.
Yeah,
I made a book.
Yeah,
That's his
call
claim to fame.
T-Pain. Call T-Pain to sing the hook for your song.
I can't but that's all they care about.
You're right. You're right.
All they because look at social media. All anybody cares, like everyone that goes viral, that's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And they go viral. They get managers and agents. They start headlining comedy clubs. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're doing all the right things, and I can't even go viral. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I can't. I don't. I'm looking for an agent. If anybody's out there,
Right?
I'm looking for an agent because I need it. I need someone to help me.
Yeah, me too. I'm a one-man band.
I know, but you're killing it though. You're killing it. You are.
I know.
I mean, you have your podcast.
Have an album.
You have an album. Come on, you got it going on.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
You know, I used to pronounce that wrong. I used to call it smokes and mirrors. And then somebody's like, what is it, Newports? And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, it's all smokes and mirrors. And I didn't get it because English is my second language. So
Sometimes I feel it's mine too, so don't worry, girl. Like, what is that? Oh my God, I love
Oh
it.
my goodness.
So, as a comic,
Mhm.
like, so you play the city clubs a lot, right?
Yeah, some.
How do you feel it's changed since COVID? Like, since we've come out of COVID and the whole new TikTok comedians, Instagram, like people that go viral on TikTok are now booking the clubs, they're now headlining the clubs, and like real comics like me and a bunch of others are like getting pushed aside because we've been in the game so long, like they think that we're done. And
Well, that just all made me very sad. But
we'll be
but
right back.
it is our reality, and I think
Yeah.
I'll tell you how I have changed. I don't want to go out as much.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out as much. So I also so that also limits me as a comic, right? Because I'm like unless I'm booked, I'm not going to go to the club and hang out. I'm also there. I'm also not. We're at a different place in our lives, and I'm not going to be doing the hanging out at the club to see if somebody tossed me a check spot.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. And I feel that a lot of these people who are becoming viral on TikTok, they should do things more like improv and or performance art, because getting on stage is totally different. And a lot of them are learning the hard way that their comedy, but yeah, their comedy isn't translating. I mean, I know somebody that was doing really well virally, but every time I see this person perform,
It falls flat.
flat.
And they have no material. That's
They have no material.
like
I even offered this person, was like, oh, maybe I'll write with you. I'll write for you. And then I thought, no, they're doing better than me. So why should I write for
should you
them?
help them. No. No. I'm squashing that right now.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I'm banning you from.
No, I didn't. I reneged.
My favorite is when these TikTokers that have like 1 million followers and they get booked in the clubs and they ask you to feature. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll feature. What do they got? Like an 8 solid after they start bombing?
Yeah.
Because they
yeah,
give you guys, it's always that 7-minute grace period. Then
Yeah.
anything after that, they're like, all right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like they don't really fill the rooms in the city. That's what kills me.
That I know. And then I see people who, again, who are booking like really good spots.
Yeah, they're getting all the good stage time. They're taking over all the fucking bookings.
I know. A few years ago, I went to Just for Laughs as a
Uh-huh.
spectator, not as an invitee.
Aw.
And there was somebody who got a main stage show who was a viral Instagrammer, and it became news because they got booed, and it became, look it up. It was in 2018.
2018?
In
Okay.
2018,
Do you
somebody.
remember who the person
No,
was?
I don't, because I would say it who it was, because it was
Let's go look up Just
but
for Laughs 2018
but it was-
Instagrammer who got booed.
yeah, who got booed. And then they were like, what the hell? And it became a big deal that this person, like, Just for Laughs, was like losing their mind that nobody liked this guy. And like, well, you booked him because he had
That's followers.
because he had followers. You could buy followers,
But it's also like if you do silly sketches and videos, it doesn't translate to stand up. That's what people don't understand. Like
Exactly.
stand up is a whole different
a
craft
different
than
animal.
sketches on Instagram or like funny videos.
That's
or
what I'm saying. You should go to
It's not.
improv. You should go do improv, or you should put up a sketch comedy show. Put up your own. You should be doing. I would
What
love.
they should be doing is hitting, if they want to be a comic, they should just be hitting the open mics because improv will help you trust your gut, but it's not going to teach you how to be a good comic. It's one of the tools in the toolbox because I went through the groundlings just to be a better writer.
Yeah.
Not to be a better comic, was to be a better writer. And this was
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I went through the groundlings and through the second level, they literally told me, because I just wanted to learn how to trust my gut.
Mhm.
So like on stage, so if I'm on stage, if an idea comes up, I know to trust whatever comes out is going to be funny and not
Mhm.
think too much. Or if a heckler or something happens in the room,
Mhm.
I can trust my gut to address it freely without
Mhm.
having any, hesitation or like, oh, I shouldn't do that, like get in my head too much. So that's why I did it. And I remember at the end of the second level, the teacher was like, don't stay here. She goes, you don't need this place. She goes, you're past. You don't want to get stuck in this theater. You'll go nowhere. We're all.
Well, that's what happens too about with I was doing UCB. I did UCB and I loved it. But what I hated about UCB, and again, I went a few years ago, not right before COVID, but now
Right.
our life is before and after COVID, right?
Yep,
Before it was
easy
before,
and-
before it was before and after 9/11.
Yeah,
Now it's
before COVID and after death. Good night.
yeah. But
Sorry, Jesus, you've been outplayed.
but it was everybody's a lot younger than me, right? Everybody's a lot younger than us, and it was just a lot of like kids who had disposable income, and they would just like one girl was just there like, I'm just here to see if I could be like a better person or something, and I'm like, I hate you, and you will never become a better person. And so it was just, I was just annoyed by my surroundings. Like I was annoyed by the other. I didn't think there was one girl that was in my class, and now she's doing really good. But she was closer to my age. Like we were there for a purpose. Yeah, and we were there for a purpose, and she's doing really, really great. Callie Turner, calling you out because she's doing great. And but other than that, I'm sure all these people went back to get regular jobs, you know?
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with a regular job, but I'm just saying that it's just these people who are going into improv and things and the TikTokers and this, they're not comedians. They're people who somebody told them they were funny.
Well,
you know,
so-
they're the people who yell at us and say, I can do that.
Yep. And then I go ahead.
Yeah.
So I invite them up. Go ahead. You think you're hilarious? Go ahead.
And no one either takes you up on it, or they go up there and they die.
Yep. And I start laughing because I always tell them like, oh, you could feature for this. I'm like, it's a TikToker. What am I? All right. I go, you know what? I'll feature for them and I'll bury them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do. I just do what I do, and then they try to follow and they die. And it's so fun to watch them die.
It's hard to
But they think they think like coming up in the 90s when I started, when you killed, you killed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you killed.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you did okay.
Yeah.
And then when you bombed.
Yeah, when you bomb. Everybody knows.
And when, it was a good set. It could have been, it was mediocre. I was working on things. I was in my head or whatever, but it went okay.
Yeah, when you can just buy.
But these kids today, like what like my generation, like us 25, 30, 35 years in this game, our mediocre sets, they think they kill.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I killed, I crushed. And I go, no, you didn't. I watched you.
Yeah.
3 people laughed and it was a giggle. It wasn't even a laugh.
Yeah, it wasn't even a bit.
And they stared at you and you thought you killed? Like, how delusional are we that with social media has created this delusion with these new jacks that they think they're killing? And it's like, you're killing comedy. You're not killing on stage. You're killing the stage.
Yeah.
And it's like, God, in my day, you had like, when we were growing up, like for us, our event, right, our social media status is like, hey, we're going to be here tonight. We're going to be there. Was putting flyers, like, paper flyers on windshields.
Oh, my goodness.
On light poles.
Printing flyers.
Yeah, remember that?
Printing flyers.
Go into Kinko's and printing like 100 flyers, standing out in front of the whiskey.
Taping them on a pole.
Yep. Handing them out to people out of a grocery store.
Yeah.
Anywhere we went, we would hand flyers out or put up on bulletin boards at school.
Yeah.
And it was hard, and you had to be good to get booked because it was like a word of mouth almost. Like you hear you killing on the circuit, people are like, hey, come do my show.
Yes, exactly. People say, oh, no one's saying anything about her. Like no one's saying anything about so and so. Like no one, because there used to be a buzz.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
now it's the buzz is how many followers they have.
Yes.
Oh, their video went viral, so they must be good. No, they
always
just got
people
lucky.
look at your followers before they look at anything else.
Mm-hmm. And now they're starting to look at your views too. Because you see a lot of people with a lot of followers and they have no views on their videos. You're like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't, I have a really weird love-hate relationship with social media because I love taking pictures. But I want to do it on whatever I feel like. Like, I hate that it's a job now. I hate that social media is a job. Like, I
24 hours.
I have a day that today, Sunday, I'm going to go and record. I do this thing on Tuesdays called TT's 2 Cent Tuesdays. And I just read things from Reddit and I just give like dating advice on whatever the person wrote on Reddit, whatever.
Cute.
And I record those, like I tape them and set them up. I record them on Sundays and I post them on Tuesdays. I have this thing now called Fashion Fridays on TikTok that I record on Wednesdays and I post on Fridays. So it's like I have now a social media schedule.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, this isn't fun. This isn't social. This is work.
should be called work media.
It is work media because it's not social.
No.
Social media is like, hey, who's coming to brunch? That's
Yeah.
social media.
Hey, look at the pictures of my cat.
Yeah, that's social. Look, it's my birthday.
Hey, girl, who wants to meet up?
No,
Not that.
not that.
No,
No.
like, hey, come to my show.
Yes, that's what it is.
And okay, tell me if I'm being a twat bag, because I can be. I can be a real bitch, and I'm known for being like a cold bitch. Not in a bad way, but like I was raised by Paul Mooney in this industry. So I'll tell you the way it is. I'm straight up in people's face. I've told people to quit comedy before when they ask me advice.
Yeah.
It's, like, well, you can keep doing it if you want, but you should quit. But the thing is, it's like, what was I getting at? See, senior moment. I just forgot what my point was to that whole story.
I don't know either because you went into so much of explaining about being an asshole that you forgot what you were going to be an asshole about.
Oh yeah. Okay, you remind. Okay. Bit about being a twat bag. So I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just jaded and bitter. When comics, especially when they're out of state and you've never met them, and they constantly tag you in their show posts, or they send you in your direct message on your messenger.
Oh, I just don't post it. I just don't post. If I'm not in it, I'm not. I mean, because I'm very good at reposting people's stuff. Like
a friend of mine.
Yeah. So if I see on my feed,
Don't be my girl.
I'll repost it no matter where you are. I'll repost it. But if you tag me and I have nothing to do with it, then you breached the
if it's someone in my close friend circle who's doing something big, I'm gonna repost it.
Exactly.
Go see this show. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But if I've never met you and I've never done a show with you, I don't know you, and you tag me in your flyer for a show that I'm not in, not even anywhere within 1,000 miles, I block.
Yeah. I don't block them. I'm doing this new thing. Not so much. I'm doing it. It only works for me. It only works on WhatsApp. But I'm doing this new thing where I'm shunning people instead of blocking them.
What is shunning?
Ooh, I'm really enjoying it. So,
teach me, Obi-Wan. Teach me.
So what I'm doing is, like, the guy that I wrote about, that's in the book or whatever, he always hits me up on WhatsApp. And, like, so what I do is I post, you can post a status picture for 24 hours. So I just put all these thirst trap pictures up there, right? And then I just look and see if he looks at it. And every so often he's like, we should link up. Yo, we should, hey, can we get together? Hey, I really want to go out with you. And I just make sure, because on WhatsApp, he can see that I saw his text. So I just look at it. I acknowledge, but I just shun him. I'm looking at his stuff. I'm just not responding, and I'm letting him look at me all he wants.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I've got like 3 thirst traps that I'm doing on WhatsApp like that I'm just putting these pictures for these 3 people. And I get very upset if one of them doesn't want to look at the picture. I'm like, wait a minute, so-and-so didn't look at the picture today. For then today I got my whale. I hit a whale. There's this one thirst trap that I'm like, oh yeah, he's been gone for a while. He was gone for a while, but today he came back. How you like me now, bitch?
What's up? What's up?
I'm looking super sexy in that picture. He was just like, I know he's eating his heart out.
Good.
You're welcome. Bye. Yeah, bye. So yeah, he's
click.
Yeah, click.
Yeah, I don't really use WhatsApp. I have a friend of mine that lives in Africa.
That's because you're not Latina.
I know, that's true. I don't have any family in Venezuela.
I have any family somewhere
in South America. No family in Venezuela. I know so many Venezuelans that use WhatsApp. It's hilarious.
Everybody.
Like, Venezuelan?
No, it's just because you could talk to them for free.
Yeah, because they all live out of the country. But the old the old talent coordinator for the Comedy Store when I was there back in the 90s and the early 2000s, Scott Day, he's the only person I talk to on WhatsApp. And shout out to Scott Day. I love him so much. He lives in Africa. He's lived there off the grid for like 22 years.
Wow.
It's like in South Africa. He'll travel up north. He'll go here and there. And he'll send me pictures of, look at my neighbors, and it's a family of rhinos. And I'm dying. I'm like, oh, there's hippopotamuses, and I want to squeeze them.
I want to take a bath with baby. I'm on a bath with baby elephants. That's my dream. To watch. I don't know. I'm not a baby hippo.
Oh, I
baby elephant, because all I hear is a song in my head. That's Baby Elephant Walk. Henry Mancini. I can't I
So I
can't.
just know I want a big hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do.
Your song, my baby elephant man. Baby elephant dance was
Then that's what a gringo listens to. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
okay. You're okay. How about this?
Okay.
What if this guy again? This guys are so stupid. He tells me that he's just telling me a story, trying to tell me just telling me a story how his brother's girlfriend does not speak it in Spanish, is not Latina, is not she's American. So on her birthday, tell me if you believe this. On her birthday, he called her up and sang Feliz Navidad, and she thought it was a birthday song.
Dead.
No, do you believe that? I don't believe that. You learned Feliz
how-
Navidad in elementary school. Everybody learns that.
Anyone that doesn't know Jose Feliciano
Exactly. Everybody knows
is
but you're gonna tell me. So I'm like, I don't believe.
okay. How white was she? No, how white is she?
No, he said she was black, a New York black girl. She learned that shit in elementary school. Everybody sings Feliz Navidad.
Everyone, I sang that in elementary school. I like a
everybody sings it in elementary
Feliz
school.
Navidad, da-dun, da-da-da.
Feliz Navidad,
Do-do-do-do-do.
Feliz Navidad, prospero año y felicidad.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm singing it in the real accent.
I wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
Spanish lesson from the gringa. Mira, I'll be right.
No, so I'm just like, okay,
She's
this
fronting.
is so.
Or
No, he's fronting. Like I'm like, I refuse to believe that. He also told me that he
Or
makes.
she's lying to him because she wants him to think she's like adorable.
Maybe, but then he also told me that he's a construction worker, that he makes $400,000 a year, and I'm like, no, you can make a construction worker can make six figures.
Yeah, but if he's lying about Feliz Navidad, he's lying about his fucking.
But if you're making almost $500,000, why are you living in the shitty part of the Bronx that you told me you hate everybody that's on the corner?
See, mic drop. I just said he lies. He lied about Feliz Navidad. Now he's lying about his fucking.
Feliz Navidad is the lie litmus test.
Yes, if you lie about not knowing, think it's a birthday song, you are not making $400,000 a year.
Exactly.
You're a piece of shit. You probably live in your mother's basement because you're a dirtbag and you're dumb and you don't even know what Feliz. You probably think it's Feliz.
Feliz Navidad.
The police got my dad. Dun, 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 dun. The police got my dad. Anyway, I fucking love you. So I always wrap up the show with two of my favorite questions because this is a thing that comics that were really, this is a true comedian question. And we all have this answer. And I always love to ask my guests, is there a bit a comic has done that you went, God damn, that's brilliant. I wish I had written that.
I gave this question a lot of thought.
Okay.
And one of my favorite bits is Rachel Feinstein.
Okay.
She has this, and because I love this just because I'm like, damn, that's good. It was because it was really good writing and simple, good writing. It was for her birthday. So let's say it was her 35th birthday. I don't know what birthday it was, right? But she said, 35 years ago today, I went to a party with my dad and came home with my mom.
That's all.
I'm like, that's so fucking good.
That is brilliant.
And that's always stayed with me.
And that's a good joke.
Yeah.
It stays with you forever.
It stayed with me forever. I'm like, damn, that's good. So that's I love that. I love that.
I have millions of those stories. Like there's so many jokes. Like I could do an hour special on all the jokes. I'm like, fuck you, that is brilliant.
I will tell you this. The second there's a part B to my answer because once this wasn't a comic, but once I got insulted and it was the best insult, and I was like, I wish I had come up with that. One of the crackheads from my building was outside talking to a crackhead from another building, and the other crackhead had a baby carriage full of, they're crackhead wares.
Right.
And there was scaffolding over the building at that time. So because of where they were positioned, they were in front of my stoop and they blocked my way. So I had to walk on a grate, and I was in heels as I usually am. So I'm tiptoeing on this grate.
Of course.
And I kind of tripped the last step, but I caught myself.
Right.
And my crackhead says, "Ooh, be careful there." And I just said, "Oh, well, you guys are kind of in the way." I said, "Well, you guys are kind of in the way." She goes, "What, bitch? I live here too. And I was like, whatever. And then she followed me into the building. She goes, fuck you, you fucking hysterectomy and heels. And I went,
Crackheads have the best one-liners. I'll tell you, here's one.
fucking hysterectomy and heels.
That's
Come on.
fucking hilarious.
That's amazing.
I love her. I need to hire her.
I know.
She's my new writer.
My new punch up.
I have a crackhead line that I used to use it in my act like 20 years ago. I was in San Francisco, where I'm from, and I was leaving the club I worked at. It was called The Stone. It was on Montgomery and Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
And I was leaving one night, walking to my car, and this crackhead's on the corner. He's like, damn, girl, hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave. I was like, you son of a bitch. That's brilliant. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good
It was so good. And I'm like,
That's a great one.
it's a great line. Hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave.
Yeah, I love
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. They're the best writers. But and I also, another question that I like to end with, because we're all comics and we're on the road, we're old school too. When you're in the green room, we crack jokes with each other, like silly street jokes. And also, when I worked with Paul Mooney all those years, his closer was a bunch of street jokes, but he would Mooney-ize them.
Mm-hmm.
So I always ask my comic guests, what's your favorite street joke?
Well, I didn't know what you meant by street joke. You mean like I didn't know what you meant by
Third
that.
week in a row.
Somebody said that to you there. You see,
3
I
weeks
who
in a
knows
row.
what a street joke is? Is it a street? Is it like a dad joke, or is it like, I don't know what
A dad joke could be a street joke. You know, a street joke is like, you know, a priest and a rabbi or something. Not a dad.
Okay. So here's my favorite street joke.
Okay.
A guy walks into an agent's office in the 1950s, and he can sing, he can act, he can dance, he's great looking. And the agent says, "Kid, you're gonna make me millions. Oh my God, I see it already. Movies, film. I see it, kid. What's your name, kid?" And the kid goes, "Penis Von Lesbian." And the guy goes, "God, can't do anything with that, kid. Give me a minute, let me think. I got it. Dick Van Dyke."
Where's the rim shot when I need it? I need to have a drummer here that goes,
Yes.
I love those jokes.
Dick Van Dyke.
That's hilarious. I fucking love you. I love you so much.
I love you. We should make out after that.
All right. I want you to tell everybody the title of your book, your one-woman show, and where they can find you on all the socials.
Yes, please. You can purchase my book. It's on pre-sale right now on my website, which is Jenny Saldaña. There's no tilde in my website because America hates foreign languages. So it's just Jenny Saldaña, not Saldaña. Jenny SALDANA.com. You can purchase my book is on pre-sale there. My play is called Desperate Digital Dating Diary, a TT Talk, and it is going to be in the New York Theater Festival for the spring, summer, fall at the Latea Theater down in Suffolk in October 25th, 26th, and 29th, I think, but just look at that. You can find me on social media at Little Brown Girl Show on Instagram, Little Brown Girl Show, and on TikTok I'm extra extra, so it's the Little Brown Girl Show on TikTok. I'm extra extra.
I really thought her handle was extra extra. I'm like, oh, I want that.
I'm extra extra. I wish. Should that be a really good handle?
Right?
Like, you know what my new drag name is?
What is it?
Jen Pop.
I love you.
Jen, with two P's.
All right, you guys. So don't forget, this has been another episode of Old School New School Comedy Podcast. I've been Christy Miller. That's been Jenny Saldaña. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I love you. And
love ya.
talk to you next week, bitch. Bye.
Later.
Bye.